Hi guys, it's Heather, the Butterfly Effect, plant-based extreme weight loss. And today's Wednesday, and so it's a weigh-in Wednesday for me today. And so you guys know that last week I was having a frustrated week. That's what I'm going to call it. I hit a little plateau. The scale wouldn't move even though I was doing all the right things. And I just want to thank you to everybody who encouraged me and didn't let me get discouraged during that little challenge. And I'm happy to say that I think it was a pretty small plateau because everything's moving again this week. I'm just going to go ahead and get the weight stuff out of the way because I have more stuff to talk to you about. Okay? So how much did I take off this week? Well, last week I was 213 pounds. Of course, that was down from my highest weight. When I started, I was 436 pounds, and I'm only 5'2", so that was a lot of weight for me to be carrying around. And last week I was 213. This week I am 208. So 5 pounds came off this week, and I am extremely grateful for that. So I'm really super happy to be past that little plateau. I did not enjoy it. I did not handle it very well. You know, it's like that song, I don't know why, it doesn't really matter how hard I try. I go right there. I go right to that kind of, you know, poor me, how come this isn't working space. And again, I want to say thank you to everybody who helped me get out of that headspace because that is not a productive place to be. Okay, so total pounds taken off this week, 5. Total weight reduction since I started, 228 pounds. 228 pounds, that's crazy, right? That's like more than most of you weigh, and that's how much has come off of me. So I'm 208 pounds. I have a really strong desire to get to Wonderland, which is when you weigh 100 and something. So I'm about 9 pounds away from Wonderland. So we'll see. That looks like it's going to happen sometime in March. When I get to Wonderland, I have a little contest and a giveaway to celebrate getting there. So I'm just waiting for that to happen. And just as a thank you to everybody who's been with me on this journey, I cannot believe that in March will be my chaniversary, a year from when I started this channel. And I had no idea, literally no idea the impact it was going to be to have this channel. You know, I just did it on a whim, and I had no idea the support and the love. You know, I was scared. I was scared I was going to get trolls or people who didn't agree with me, or I just didn't know what to expect. I know other people have had positive experiences and not as positive experiences. So I just want to say thank you also for making this such a loving and accepting and positive place for me. And I get excited with every comment that I get. You know, I check it every day. I'm like a little kid running to see if Santa Claus came. It feels like a bouquet of flowers every time I get a comment on here. So I just want to say thank you to you guys. Okay. So what I wanted to talk to you about was that I'm getting this comment a lot, especially when I tell people how much weight I've taken off, or if I tell them specifically how I eat, especially the part where I talk about abstaining from sugar, all animal products, but also flour and oil. Now, it's one thing to say, I wouldn't care to eat like that. I don't feel like it's worth it, or I would miss out on the enjoyment of having things, or I think that pasta's healthy, something like that. But that's not what I'm hearing. What I hear people say is, I could never do that. And that is what I want to call hogwash on, okay? First of all, you should know that I was the most compulsive eater you have ever known. I'm pretty sure I own that tiara, because there was a time, I am not proud of it because I'm an ethical vegan, but there was a time when I would go to fast food several times a day, at least once, usually twice or more. There was a time when I spent all my time thinking about the next thing I was going to eat, looking at recipes, making things, hiding what I was eating, just all the typical, carbohydrate addicted type, and I mean simple carbohydrate. Complex carbohydrates, awesome. Complex carbohydrates are how I took off over 200 pounds. Eating lots and lots of starch. I love to tell people that, because all these low carbers think that carbs are bad. Carbs are awesome. Carbs are exactly what we were meant to live on. So, but I'm digressing. What I'm saying is, I was a truly addicted, compulsive person, and I did this. Okay, I did this. I was over 436 pounds. I think we have evidence to show that I was addicted, okay? And I was able to do this. And I am going to tell you the truth as I see it, which is that everybody can do this. Everybody can do this, and I will prove it to you. I will prove to you that you could do this, okay? Think about someone that you love very, very much. Let's say your child. Most of us would lay down in traffic for our kids. We love our kids so very much, okay? If I told you, what if I was a horrible person and I said, if you do not eat this way for one day, I will hurt your child. I will hurt your child. And you believed it, and it was a credible threat, okay? I can 100% guarantee you that all of you would eat correctly. If there's some terrorist or horrible person threatening your child, if you don't eat the way that I eat, you would eat the way that I eat. You would eat no animal products, no sugar, no flour, no oil, and low salt. All right? If you could do that for a day, you could do that for as many days as you needed to, because you have that ability. You can do it. And now I'm going to say an uncomfortable truth, and that is, you are hurting your child. If you aren't living an optimal life, if you're carrying around extra weight, if your cravings are making you moody, if you are practicing compulsive eating and making choices that aren't for your highest good, or sneaking food, you are hurting your child. You are hurting your family, because you are cheating them out of years with you. You are cheating them out of having somebody who feels really great in their body. You can't be your best when you're in huge amounts of pain. And when you see a fat person, I don't know what you see, but I just see a person in a massive amount of physical pain, because that is what my experience was. And I'm ready to tell you, you were not meant to live your life that way. You were meant for so much more than that. And it's such a good trade-off, healthy food for a body that doesn't hurt, a body that feels great, a body that you feel proud of. I'm starting to get there. So that is what I'm going to tell you, is that you can do this. You absolutely can do this. We have control over our emotional states and over our behaviors. What we have to do is make sure that the intellect is staying in charge, not the emotions. The emotions will tell you all kinds of things. And you need to acknowledge your emotions, and you need to learn what they have to teach you, but you don't have to let them drive the bus or make the decisions. You need to stay with your rational mind and let that be your guide. Another thing that I think illustrates this really well is, when I was a compulsive eater, my very favorite thing in the world, I will say, would be like an ice cream sundae and some kind of pizza with everything on it, right? Lots of cheese, very, very bad for me, kinds of things. So let's say that someone popped up in front of me, some demon, and they're handing me my very, tempting me with all my very favorite foods. So we'll say that it's my favorite kind of ice cream, and maybe it's got some Lindor truffles on it and some caramel. I used to love caramel. I used to love Lindor chocolates. I'm trying to think. Chocolate chip cookies. I had a horrible sweet tooth. that was my biggest nemesis. Okay, and a big old pizza with everything, baked perfectly, smelling awesome, with everything that I like on it. Okay, and they're holding it out in front of me, and all I'm thinking is I want that item. Okay, now that same person takes out a can of Raid insect killer. They take out a big spray can of pesticide and they just spray it all over that food. Okay, in a moment, that food that I so was craving, now I don't want at all. Because why? Because it's poison. And immediately your state can change. Immediately your state can change just that fast. Okay? What I'm going to tell you is it was already poison before someone sprayed the Raid on there. It was already poison. Saturated animal fat, sugar, all those chemicals, they do kill you. They just do it more slowly. You can either have food that gives you more life, or you can have poison that kills you either quickly or slowly. I have to tell you, I have seen 2 people now die slowly. My parents. I would not wish that on anyone at all. What it does to your body and the suffering that you go through when you get some kind of disease like that, a lifestyle disease, what it does to your finances, completely decimates everything that you ever had saved up, what it does to your personal autonomy, your freedom, your ability to make your own choices, your ability to take care of your own self and your own needs, your family, the people you love the most in the world. All of them are counting on you to make good choices. There's a pretty famous quote from a doctor. He's a cardiologist, and he says, someone asked him I wish I could think of his name right now. Why do you eat vegan, or why do you choose to be this way? And he said, well, we all have to die, but I just don't want it to be my fault. And that's how I feel. I don't want it to be my fault. So I just want to leave you with a positive note. You absolutely can control yourself. You absolutely, if you choose to, you absolutely could do this. I'm really happy that I did this. I also want to tell you that whether or not you acknowledge it, if you're still continuing to make the choices that maybe got you in trouble, or the kinds of things that I was eating that got me in trouble, you are eating poison. You can either have food that gives you more life, or food that kills you slowly or quickly. And I want to invite you to choose a healthy diet that will make you feel better, will make you be around for the people you love, will make you feel great in your body. And never, never, never give up. If you need extra help, get extra help. There are people who want to help you. If you want to join my Facebook group and contact me, that link is down below. I love you guys. I hope you have a great week. I will be getting to Wonderland here pretty soon. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.